attention to reality, they get demonized. And I'm just one of these soldiers out here trying to bring attention back to reality.
Or what the hell she asked? I was waiting for her
She's
to
talking about the beauty
tie it in.
standard. These black folks' minds are so warped. I understand why this particular person, the one in the blue, would say that, because she's trying to maximize her pool of potential suitors.
You're an attractive woman, okay? You do well for yourself. You've already said the first time you were here, you ain't dating no brokies. You did that one time before. You ain't fucking with these dudes. You're abiding by the laws of hypergamy.
Yeah.
But, okay, so you're dating successful guys. What percentage does he pay for? What percentage do you pay for?
She only pays the Netflix bill.
I wouldn't say a percentage. I just feel like as a man and a woman, when you're going into a relationship, that both of you have success in your life.
What does that have to do with the question?
And
Guys, I'm looking for numbers here.
I can't.
If I wanted your opinion, I would have said, what's
Okay,
your
so
opinion?
you know what? I think the
What
man.
is like to
Okay,
get
ready?
about
I think the man
stop.
should be
Low
paying
numbers.
100%.
You think say it again?
Wow,
100%.
she doesn't want to dig in
This
her
is what I'm
pockets for
talking about,
nothing.
Melissa. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, you're saying a man is paying 100%.
100%.
Boom, we got something here.
Yeah.
You're a successful woman.
So that
you do well for
100% is going
yourself.
to end up being
You make
zero.
more than 6 figures.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. No matter how well you do,
Yeah.
the man's still paying.
Yeah.
You make all this money and you still expect the man that you're going to be with to pay for it, everything, which means you're going to need a very, very, very successful man, which means you got to get him. You got to get him first to do that. And once you have him, okay. But getting that man is going to be extremely fucking difficult. And then nobody looks at this girl. She looks a little bit older. She look a little more seasoned. So it's like, oh, the older you are, the more money you make, the more successful you are, the higher the likelihood your ass gonna be single as fuck. Like, you need a man to pay for everything. Like, that makes no sense. If you make all this, given your circumstances, right? Given your circumstances, you older, make a lot of money. It would make more sense for you to find someone more, equally yoked as you. Maybe y'all make about the same. Maybe he make a little bit less, but y'all both can input to the relationship, so it's not one-sided, and it'll be more fair. I bet it'll be a lot more pleasant relationship than you having to. It will be an existing relationship, because if you go out trying to find a man that makes that much money, he gonna have a bunch of bitches anyway. So why the fuck is he fucking with you? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What do you have to offer that he needs to pay this 100%? Just your successful ass presence. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing?
So what is a man, Milica, is getting
you.
exactly for this 100% that he's taking care of you?
And
head
be
to toe?
honest, don't lie.
What is he getting? A story?
Be honest.
No,
explanation?
he's getting
a
somebody that's
sandwich?
not going to settle, that she knows what she wants. I know what I want.
Know. She about to be single forever. The question should have been, why would a man that makes that amount of money be with you? You're gonna get a woman that doesn't want to settle. You have no choice but to. You have no choice but to, at least financially, man. Come on, man. The standards. This is the struggle for the successful modern woman, especially when you're up there in age, because she does not look like a spring chicken.
I know what I want. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I've worked
It
really
ain't,
hard
but
to
you
get
gonna
to
be
where
by
I'm
yourself.
at. I've supported a man for 10 years. I was in a marriage for 10 years, which I shared with you last time.
Yeah.
I was the breadwinner. I paid for everything. So if I was willing to pay for everything and believed in him,
That was
well,
a mistake that
but
you
that's
made.
on
Now
him.
you're
I don't
going to
think
regret
it's
the
a
mistake by
mistake.
doing the reverse?
no, I don't
That
think
ain't got nothing to do with
I
the
don't
question.
think it's a
You put the
mistake.
You
thermostat
gotta
at
wake up and
120,
smell
now
like
you put it on
Starbucks,
20?
sweetie.
I don't think it's a mistake.
I think
at
But
all.
Melissa, if you were paying 100 in your marriage, right, and you were frustrated paying 100,
I
wouldn't the
wasn't
man
frustrated. Actually, we're building something together.
Oh,
I get
okay.
that.
You know what I mean? We had businesses like.
But how
I
old
was
are
the-
you? No disrespect, because I think we're all an older panel here. That's
Yeah,
fine to say.
I'm 40 years
You
old.
hit the wall. You're like me.
I was
Okay,
married
sister.
for 10 years.
Great. So you got to lower your standards, and you will
I'm
Boom.
not
change
going
your
to
life.
lower
There
my
you go.
standards at all, ever.
But you're living in a pipe dream if
Facts.
you think that you're going to attract a man when you're making multiple 6 figures that's going to be, and I'm sorry, you don't look that sexual to me. I'm just being honest. You don't look like you're giving blowjobs every day. And are you going to be
I
able
don't want to look like that, by the way.
Okay, great, cool. And let's see what kind of
Ooh, bro, you could cut through that delusion with a knife, dog. I could see it. I could see it, bro. It's like this aura, not an aura, like a force field around her of delusion. You got to get a fucking electric saw through that shit, bro. She makes multiple six figures, and she's 40 years old, and she's not going to settle. She needs a man to pay for 100% of things for her. And if she's already making a lot of money, which means she spends a lot of money, which means she's going to need somebody, like I said, makes that much more money than her to pay for her already high spending habits. Bruh, you better get a life. If she call pipe dream, you look boring. Is what she said. You don't look like you sucking the dick. You don't look fun to play with. You 40 at that too. Like somebody got to open her eyes up about that competition, man.
Do you think that you're going to be able to give up your business if a man comes to you? You're going to walk and drop everything, the covers, because it's clear that your significance is what's driving your life, and you know Tony Robbins' work.
Okay, that's
Will you?
that's
Will
your
you?
opinion,
But
but
will
I
you?
think
I'm
you're
asking
completely
you.
wrong.
Will you? Would you?
I'm not gonna drop anything
That's
for
right.
any man.
That's right. My point exactly. You're delusional to think you're going to get a
Facts.
high value man who's going to pay your bills, who you won't suck his dick, and you're not going to drop your six-figure business for him.
First of all, I'm not talking
Delusional.
anything sexual or what I'm
I
gonna do
know,
or
and
not
that's
do,
why.
but I have to disagree with you.
I will keep disagreeing because you're delusional. Like you said, you're going to wake up in 9 more years, and
Facts.
you are going to be that woman,
I-
like I taled about on Purple Pill.
think-
Do you have your eggs frozen?
I think people
should
that
get
talk
on it
like yourself
today.
are people that are very insecure with them themselves.
Oh.
Or
What?
insecure-
What does insecure have to do with old girl giving her the business? You know what I'm saying? Only thing, I mean, I'm curious about is why she would need to drop her six-figure business if her man is cool with doing it. If there was a man she was going to be with and he had enough money to fucking take care of her and he's paying 100% of everything, like, why do you need to work? I'm paying for everything. What the fuck you need to work for? You making all this fucking money. You ain't offering on anything. Like, what man would let her live in that fucking space? Unless he's like a fucking, like a gazillionaire or some shit. If she's making most, buddy got to be a millionaire to like, all right, she can make her little money. It's all good. I don't give a fuck. Like, he has to make enough money to think her money is little money because, you know, for the rest of the regular world, making multiple six figures, you need to be putting in on something. So why the fuck would a man just allow you to keep all that money to yourself and you ain't putting in on nothing? And that's outside of the fact that you got to find a man that's gonna even entertain the shit you bringing to the table. You know what I mean, she did a good job of cracking through that delusion. I mean, she ain't have to fucking like do the low blow saying you don't look like sucking a dick. Hey, dick suckers come in all shapes and sizes and the wardrobes and shit, man. She probably can suck a dick, but that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. It's just her delusion is, you know, up there in fucking Saturn somewhere.
You're insecure. This, you know,
It's
this
just
is real
the facts,
life,
sweetheart.
and it's
the facts.
desirability
I'm
and
very
all that other
secure 'cause
factors.
I can speak
and-
the truth.
Go ahead.
Melissa, I think, of course, have your standard, keep your standard, but then it's like, okay, a man who will pay 100% of the bill, what does he want in return? And I think that was his question, like, okay, what would you give
Yeah,
him?
what are you gonna provide? I mean, if
And
they
she's not
answer,
willing to
There
give
we
up
go.
her business. She said that already.
I'm gonna tell you and explain to you how to detoxify your mind, and I'm walking out the door.
Correct.
Straight up.
Exactly.
First of
I
all,
understand.
loyalty, commitment, a family, a woman that is, you know, ready to
So
create.
you
the
say-
You're not going to drop
Build
your
an
business.
empire.
How are you going to build a family?
then here's the question. Here's the money question.
Yeah, but what makes you different? What makes you different? A man that makes that amount of money, he can find somebody that's gonna be loyal, dedicated, and give him a fucking family. You better believe that's gonna be easy for him to fucking find. But you know, women don't ask themselves these questions. Like, if you got standards that fucking high, I mean, there's not a lot of women on this channel, man. But if you got standards this fucking high, what separates you? What do you have to offer that matches these high ass standards you have? Just the presence of you in this man's life. You think you that fucking special? I'm just different. I deserve this because I feel like I deserve it. You need to be able to provide some tangible value that equates to these outrageous standards that you have, and loyal and being prepared to have a family, which is going to be hard if you run a multi-six-figure business. Having a family is going to be very hard to maintain at the same time. So chances are you're going to have to fall back off that. It just comes to territory. It's just interesting to see someone that seems to have it all together, well put together, that seems to be so far from reality. Like, she's not living in reality at all. She is in her little box, her delusion box. I'm not going to settle. I'm going to get what I want. And you never going to get what you want. You're going to get older and older and older, drier and drier and drier, and be depressed as shit 9 years from now, like Homegirl said.